God has plans to prosper you, give you hope and a future too. So let me remind you of what you have the power to do.
You've been on a journey, trying to find your way. Like the sun, you're rising, 'cause today's your day to unlock every gift inside. Let your potential flow. Don't let anybody kill your vibe. Time to bust up and show. Gotta keep on reaching, keep believing. Act like you know you can win. Live your dreams, reach your goals. Be happy, you can make it. Get motivated with Cassandra. We've got wellness, church by phone. You don't even have to leave your home to be inspired. To rise a little higher with Cassandra. They said you'd never make it, but you're still here. Kept on pushing through all your doubts and fears. Never let a hater see you sweat. Remember who you are. When they go low, let them reap what they sow while you go far. Gotta keep on reaching, keep believing. Baby, shine like a star. You can win, live your dreams, reach your goals. Be happy, you can make it. Get motivated with Cassandra. If you got haters, they gon' hate. Keep your head up and just be great. It's your season, your winning season with Cassandra. Rise up, time to get on your grind. Go after your dreams, no time to fall behind. Push till the end and never give in. It's your winning season, get ready to win. Keep moving forward and never look back. It's time to get motivated with Cassandra Mack. You can win, live your dreams, reach your goals. Be happy, you can make it. Get motivated with Cassandra Mack. We've got wellness, church by phone. You don't even have to leave your home to be inspired. To rise a little higher with Cassandra Mack.
When people want to come on your social media page to fight, let them fight with the voices in their head. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share if you find value here. Let's get this channel to 100,000 subscribers. I know with your support, we can reach that goal. So many of you reach out who have podcasts, YouTube channels of your own. You have a business or a ministry that utilizes social media, be it Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever platforms that you're using. And what comes with the territory are haters and trolls. And if you are not prepared for that, you can find yourself wasting a lot of time engaging with someone who does not deserve, merit, warrant your attention, your consideration, the time of day from you. And when someone is coming to your platform specifically to want to discredit you, to want to take up your time with nonsensical arguments, you have to make a very clear decision if you value and respect your time and if you are solely committed to what it is that you are doing in this season. And you don't owe a hater, a troll, you don't owe them the commitment that you are giving your business, your ministry, and the things that you are called to do in this season. You don't owe them the time of day. And so in order to really manage your time wisely, and the Bible talks about managing our time, it says, teach us to number our days so that we may apply our heart to wisdom. And so when you're going back and forth with a troll, right, you want to ask yourself, is this the best use of my time? So it's the reason that the scriptures say in Psalm 90, verse 12, teach us to number our days so that we may apply our heart to wisdom. And so numbering your days means respecting, honoring, recognizing the brevity of time. You don't have all the time in the world, neither do I. We all come with a birth date and eventually a death date. And there's 24 hours in the day. You're spending some of that time sleeping, working. So you don't have infinite time. The body and the mind need rest. And you want to give your attention, if you're serious about taking your life to the next level, focusing on your purpose and not other people's hidden, wicked, or crazy agendas, then you want to be very, very intentional about your time. There are all kind of people on social media, and it's important to keep that in mind. No matter what your purpose is in terms of what you're doing through social media with your business or your ministry, you are going to have people who are emotionally unstable. You are going to have people who are very miserable, and they live for wanting to try to make other people miserable. You are going to have demons. You are going to have people who swear up and down that each of your posts, your videos, your podcast episodes are speaking directly to them. There are whole studies about people with that type of tendency, a stalker type of tendency, who may be watching the news and they believe that the newscaster is telepathically communicating to them and them alone, as opposed to having a time slot on the news where they are reporting the news to everybody who is listening. And so even here in my YouTube, right, there are some people who really believe wholeheartedly. You can't tell them, because of the way that their mind works, that my messages are not speaking to them alone, as if I know these people personally. And so do know that you're going to have some of that. And when you have someone that says things in your comments to try to get your attention, because really trolls want your attention, to try to get your attention, you have to remember, right, that you are not there to pay attention to trolls, that's not your assignment, unless you have a trolling channel and that's specifically what it is you're doing, right? But if you're focused on positivity and upliftment, you're not going to want to waste a lot of time with someone who comes in the comment section to try to discredit you, to counter every single post that you say, or who really in their warped thinking believes that you are talking specifically to them. In their mind, they really believe this. It's the voices in their head. And so sometimes you got to get to the point where you're like, listen, honey, you're going to have to fight with the voices in your head, because you're not fighting with me. You getting ignored from Miss Mac. You are not fighting with me. Miss Mac is not responding to you. So you can type away all day, knock yourself out, babes, if you got that type of time, because you are fighting with the voices in your head. So do know that you are going to be dealing with that. And if you don't have a thick enough skin, right, to know that that comes with the territory, you're going to find yourself going back and forth with a troll, going back and forth with a hater in your comment section, giving them airtime, giving them your attention. And remember, attention is paid. Attention is a currency. So you're actually paying them with your mental, emotional, and conversational energy. Why would you give that to someone who's not even aligned to walk with you in this season? Because when someone is walking with you, when they are purposed to walk with you, there is no division when they're purposed to walk with you. Now, when their purpose is over, that's a different story. Amos 3:3 says, can two walk together except they be agreed? And so when two people are going in the same direction and are united for a particular purpose within a given season, there's unity in the direction that they are going. They're equally yoked, at least in that season. And so when someone is clearly, right, bringing division and discord to what it is that you're trying to build or do, they don't warrant, deserve, or merit your time. Let them be a job for Jesus. Let them be a job for Jesus. And yes, we are to pray for those who persecute us, but not go back and forth. So pray that they get the help they need. Pray that they find something productive to do with their time. Pray that they begin to open up their heart, truly open up their heart, so that God can show them some of the gifts and things he put inside of them. Pray that they get the help they need. If it's an issue of a person being triggered by everything that you post, and they believe that you were talking to them personally, and clearly this is someone you don't know, you wouldn't recognize them from a can of paint. But in their mind, they're having a one-on-one conversation with you, and you're directing every post to them. That person needs help. That person needs help. So pray that they get the help they need, but don't waste your time going back and forth arguing with them. And so at some point, you got to recognize when you're dealing with someone who is operating in foolery. So this is what Proverbs 12:16 says. The vexation of a fool is known at once, but the prudent ignores an insult. That word prudent means wise, operating in spiritual discernment. And so the vexation of a fool is known at once. So you recognize a fool right off the bat, right off rip, right from the gate. You can recognize a fool in your comments. You can see it, so can other people. So you can see the vexation of a fool because they're vexed at something that doesn't apply to them specifically and personally, meaning that you're not speaking to them personally, but in their mind, they're having a one-on-one with you. So the vexation of a fool is known at once, or they're triggered because it is connecting to something within them that they are not ready to face. But that is not your issue or your problem. You didn't direct it to them personally because you don't know them. Like when I'm making these general videos, they're for the general public. That's why they're general. So the vexation of a fool is known at once, but the prudent ignores an insult. And so the reason why it's important to ignore most of the insults, there are some times where you have to check someone, but I'm not checking a troll. I don't even have that type of time with everything I got going on with the things that God has for me in this season. And so, yes, the team will definitely delete, but I surely am not giving you my energy. I'm not going back and forth with you. And so, knowing that the vexation of a fool is known at once, when you're prudent, you're going to ignore an insult because you realize it's petty. It does nothing for you. It's not putting more money in your pocket. It's not growing you spiritually. It's not contributing to your personal development. It is not contributing to your professional development. The foolery is not contributing to your character development, growing in the fruit of the Spirit. It's not contributing to anything that adds value to your life. So why, oh why, oh why would you give that your attention, particularly for those of you who constantly reach out because you are dealing with a troll or a fool in your comments and it's starting to get under your skin? So do know that, right? Not only that, you got to remember that your energy, mental, emotional, conversational, as a believer, these things are holy. And the Bible is clear that you are not supposed to give what is holy to a dog. I'm going to read you the scripture. These are not my words. Get offended if you want. Don't matter to me. Matthew chapter 7 verse 6 says, do not give what is holy to the dogs, neither cast your pearls before swine, for they will trample them under their feet and turn and tear you to pieces. And so you got to get to the point where you respect your mission, your ministry, your movement, and your milestones. Your mission, ministry, movement, milestones, your 4 M's, and your mindset, the mental space that you're in. That's the 5th M. You got to get to the point where you respect those 5 M's, and you are so intentional about guarding the things that are very valuable to you, that when you clearly see that the enemy is sending someone in your orbit to steal, kill, and destroy, whether it's to steal your peace, to steal time from you. That steals time from you when you go back and forth with a fool. That's stealing time that you could be spending writing your book, researching the topics that you're going to talk about in your videos. For those of you, this video specifically is for those of you who are content creators. How you got time to go back and forth with a fool when you're moving forward in the things that you're building? So it says, do not give what is holy to the dogs. nor cast your pearls before swine. So a pearl is something very valuable. If you value your time, see, Miss Mac value her time. If you value your time, if you value your space, if you value your boundaries, you're not going to cast those things to somebody who is behaving with a swine-like spirit. And so when you begin to discern that you're dealing with swine, yes, I said that. When you begin to discern that you are dealing with swine, you are not supposed to cast your pearl. See, the difference between the pig and the human being is when the pig rolls in the mud, the pig enjoys that. The pig gets satisfaction from rolling in the mud because the pig is in its rightful element. But when you, as a child of the Most High God, allow yourself to be pulled in the mud along with the pig, that's not enjoyable to you because you are not in your rightful element. You are actually lowering your vibration to meet an individual at the swine-like mindset. Get to the point where you are so clear that when you are detecting spiritually that you are dealing with someone that has a dog-like mindset, according to Matthew 7:6, or a swine-like mindset, that we have a communication barrier. See, I don't speak dog, and I love dogs, but I don't speak dog. So as soon as you barking at me, meaning you are coming at me with some nonsensical craziness or a hidden agenda or trying to bring division or discord to the community, or you want to rebuke everything said in the video, the team deletes you because I can't understand you. There's a language barrier. You are speaking ruff ruff. Well, I am speaking English. I don't know what ruff ruff means. And then when you are in a pig-like mindset, you are speaking oink oink. I can't decipher oink oink. And I studied phonetics. I studied phonetics in undergrad. And I can't decipher what oink oink means. Sorry. So there's a language barrier here. And so you got to get to the point where you are clear that, we can't communicate. There's a language barrier here. And even with Google Translator, so I could pick up Google Translator, but that's really not going to help me understand oink oink and ruff ruff. And so I'm joking, but in the seriousness of it, you got to get to the point where you are so 10 toes down in your vision and mission that God has given you in this season that everything else is a distraction. When a troll comes in your comments, what that got to do with your life and your betterment? That's a distraction. Let them argue with the voices in their head, but not with you. Argue with the voices in your head. Type away. Have a whole argument. Answer yourself. Make a comment, reply to the comment, reply to the reply. Have a whole conversation. That's on you. But what you're not going to get is a reply from Miss Mac. And so get to the point for those who are really serious about making this the season where you seriously achieve some things that you desire to achieve personally, professionally, health-wise, mental health-wise, financially, in your career, if you have a business, in your business, ministry-wise, whatever that looks like for you, you got to number your days. And when you're arguing with someone who's being foolish, you are not numbering your days. And so you get to decide if you are going to argue with the trolls and the haters, or if you're going to allow them to argue with the voices in their head while you continue moving forward in purpose and in destiny. So I hope this was helpful because they want to get under your skin. They want to have you so distracted, so unfocused. Think about what that does to your creativity. When you are distracted and unfocused and you are not in a space where you can just flow with ease, that affects your creativity. That affects your clear thinking. That affects your strategic planning skills that you need when you are mapping out the things that you're doing for your goals, your dreams, your primary priorities. You need the soundness of your mind and the clarity of your thinking without distraction. And so recognize a distraction for what it is and stay focused on what you're building. Stay focused on what you're building. And know that you have the right to control what your comment section looks like. And people who want to rock with you will rock with you. People who don't like it won't. And that's fine. I'm clear that I'm not called to everybody. So for people who feel like, well, I don't like that you do that, and you're not called to me and I'm not called to you, go find your happiness. Go find your happiness. Go find the creators that mesh with you. Go find a ministry that aligns with you. You should never be yoked to something that doesn't align with you. And so that's the problem. Too many people want to hold on to everyone. Sometimes it is important to recognize, and I will say all the time, that quality is more important than quantity. And so the quality of your community is more important than the quantity of your community, particularly when what you're trying to build is real community. So let the trolls and the haters fight with the voices in their head while you stay focused on purpose and destiny. So a couple of things I want to let you know about. We have a workshop coming up on Saturday, March 29th. It is Spiritual Discernment 101, how to sharpen your sixth sense for maximum effectiveness and impact. It's going to come with a workbook. It's happening on Zoom, so that means wherever you are in the world, you can join. It's a ticketed event. And we're really going to be diving deep and honing in on how to see beneath the social veneer and the pleasantries and the niceties, how to really begin to see when people are coming at you with hidden agendas, how to discern the things that God is trying to show you in this season of your life, for your purpose, for your promotion, for your prioritization of your primary priorities. And so you'll also, I think I mentioned, get a workbook as well for those who are getting tickets to the Discernment 101 workshop. If I were you, I would not wait. It is a Zoom on-camera event, so on-camera is required. So if you're camera shy, then my Zoom events are definitely not for you. So with that being said, I want to let you know about that. Also, if you're dealing with haters, pick up my book, Rise Above the Haters. That book is part workbook, part journal, and an instruction guide for biblical ways to deal with the haters in your orbit so that your haters, dream slayers, naysayers, and perpetrators do not bring you down. And if they bring you down, you can pick yourself back up so that they don't keep you down, so that you keep on shining and rising. So that's Rise Above the Haters. And if you're not a member of the Wellness Club, I would encourage you to become a member. That's where we really dive deep. The public general videos, you only get a fraction of the depth, width, and breadth of these teachings. If you want to dive deep, if you want to have an opportunity to be able to build even a more stronger community with like-minded individuals, definitely join the Wednesday Wellness Club. When you do, you have access to our conference calls that happen the first and third Wednesday of every month. This is where you get to talk to me on the phone, not just me, but you get to hear from other members of the Wednesday Wellness Club. They share their stories, they share their tips, things that that they have developed expertise in that are working well. And so you have a real chance to connect with other people, to hear what they're saying and so forth. So that's the Wednesday Wellness Club. So for anyone who's interested, it is a feature of the Cassandra Mack YouTube channel. When you click on the join button or the link in the description box, it'll take you to my channel membership. You'll see that there are different tiers of membership. Make sure to join at the wellness tier if you want access to the Wellness Club. Some people join the introductory tier, and then they ask why can't they see the Wednesday Wellness, because you didn't join at the Wellness tier. So if you want access to the programs and features that come with the Wellness tier, then you got to make sure that you're reading through the information and you're joining the correct tier. So I want to make sure that you know about that. And if you're not ready to join membership, or you're not able to become a member, you can continue enjoying the free public videos. But again, for those who want to go deeper, because you only get a small fraction, less than 10% of the depth, width, and breadth of my teachings, I would encourage you to make the investment in yourself for the Wednesday Wellness Club. So with that being said, have a nice day. And for my fellow content creators, those of you in ministry, those of you who have businesses where you utilize social media, those of you who just use social media because there's a cause that you believe in, or you have a nonprofit and you have trolls and haters and divisive people trying to bring you down or create and cause division in your comment section. They want to argue with you and they want to demand that you answer their question, or they want to contact you through Facebook Messenger or through a DM on Instagram and demand that you explain yourself as if you're going to respond to that, especially when someone is being entitled and demanding. Let them argue with the voices in their head. You do not owe somebody who's being purposefully divisive, regardless of how much they try to hide it and how much they try to pretend it's something that it's not. Remember, even Satan masquerades as an angel of light. And so even if they're trying to pretend they're coming to you in good faith, but you have discerned that that's not what it is, you don't owe them your time. You don't owe anyone your time. And so be clear about that. Time is a resource that comes directly from God. And it is for you to be prayerful in terms of where God wants you to give your time. That's between you and God. But another human being doesn't get to control that for you. And so I hope that is helpful to begin to let go of that. What are they going to think? Your haters don't like you anyway, so it really don't matter if they're upset by the fact that you won't do what they want you to do by arguing with them in the comments. So with that being said, make it a blessed day. Let's do our best to be kind. There's enough haters in the world. There's enough unkind people in the world. There's enough unhinged people in the world. We do not have to add to that. So let's do our best to make it a blessed day. Make it a fruitful day. But keep your eyes open at the same time. God bless you.